Hello, fellow travelers of the mind. Back for a new episode. I was thinking today to speak about therapy, which I've never done. So it's going to be nice to speak about something I've never done. But the idea behind it is the schizoid personality disorder, and again, I am a disorder level. Doesn't really come with a panic button that you can press to ask for help. This button doesn't exist. It's not that it doesn't exist, actually. It's that is deep inside the wall with a metal plate over it, soldered with probably a key of some kind that you don't have, and in a room completely dark with no light and no switches to bring it on. That's pretty much what it is to ask for help for me. And I'm guessing it's pretty much the same for the schizoid, since it is one of the tendency of this particular condition. So therapy, from what I read and heard, very few schizoid people actually go through it. I have some example of people that have been doing it, but it wasn't their idea. They went there on following up on asking from their family, and it wasn't their own idea, which is, I think, never a good thing actually. If you're not really to do it, if you're not really to do the job, pushing it, even if you think it's a good idea for your family. I'm not sure. I'm sorry, guys. I'm telling it to you like I think it is. I don't think that's a good fit. It's too personal. You can do it for someone else. But the few examples I have, they were pushed by their family to go and seek therapy. Therapy I haven't done, but I do have a psychiatrist. So I don't have a psychologist. But I do have a psychiatrist, and I have a psychiatrist, but not for the schizoid side of things. I absolutely never asked for any help for that. No. I had to ask for help because, well, pretty much almost killed myself, so it's pretty much when it's time to overgrow your fear of asking for help and go for it, because you will usually don't have a second chance on that. So a couple of years ago, I decided this time you need help, and I decided right off the bat that I needed help from a psychiatrist, because right off the bat I didn't want to go through therapy. So I knew my problem was the depression, and I suspected, still suspect, that the depression side is extremely tied to my schizoid condition. You have to understand that I'm 55 years old now. I've been living with schizoid disorder for over 40 years. I mean, I've been living with it all my life, but I've been fighting it for 40 years, and I've been accepting it maybe for 20, but it's a fight. Even when you accept it, it's still a fight because I'm a disorder level, and to fit neatly. And again, my cat. I don't know if you hear it. I don't think you do. But again, I've been disturbed by my cat in the middle of the night. Lost my train of thought. Thanks, Wiggins. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. The depression side of things is, I think, really tight to the schizoid condition for me, because it is a fight. Even if you learn to live with it, even if you learn to accept it, in my case, I'm not alone. I have people around me, and I love them, so I put the effort for them. But it's a lot of effort. It's really a lot of effort, and from time to time, energy goes down. And when you're lacking energy, mental energy, physical energy, at one point, you do that too long, and it's depression. It's actually a definition of it. Well, a few years ago, I had to seek help, so I did. I went to the psychiatrist, and it didn't take long to have a diagnosis of depression, of course, but not just depression, severe depression, and sadly, chronic depression. So it's also a disorder. So it's one of my two comorbidity. We're not yet at the and I don't think it's of any interest to her or to me, actually, not at this phase, to understand when it started or why. I'm pretty sure it's tied to the schizoid. She didn't dig into it because the urgency obviously was just to stabilize it, which we did, by the way. I'm fine, no problem there. We found a solution, a right mix. Another one, which, but when it works. So I don't have any antidepressant because I'm resistant to antidepressants, so to depressants. So I don't have those, but I have a couple molecules that are working for me without coding the rest. That was my fear. So I'm fine, and I think when I went to the psychiatrist, it was only to fix this, because that was the emergency, and not necessarily anything else. Of course, by questioning and trying to make around, she came across, of course, the schizoid side. But the funny thing is not that. The funny thing is that she actually diagnosed another comorbidity that I knew I was obsessed. I have an obsessive mind. I structure a lot. I have rigid thinking. That's not new to me. That actually is a tool that I've been using in my schizoid condition to build things, to keep people at distance, or to make believe that I was doing the right things, or getting the right social cue, or things like that. Because sometimes faking it is easier than just trying to awkwardly go through it. So once you decode, or once your wife gives you the tools to decode, thanks to her, a few social cues, well, I found out it's easier to fake it. It's a little bit like the autistic projection or masking. It's the same thing, really. Except it's not for protecting myself from the overflow of information. Is to keep my distance while make believe that I am close. It's freaking lying, you guys. And I do that on a daily basis. Well, that to say that being a little bit obsessed helped me build those tools. Remember gestures, remember cue sentences, remember cue behavior of certain people, etc., etc. And putting that in a really rigid and strict form makes it easier to remember and to act upon, and to adapt if it's someone else that does the same thing as this person, and maybe she's waiting for the same response or whatever. It's an obsessive side of it, and I always used it as a tool, and I always knew it was there, and I honestly believe that it helped me a lot in my younger years to get out of weird situations. Faking it was my exit strategy for a long, long time. You know the expression fight or flight. Well, I had flight or fake. that was my two answers were flight or fake for a long time. And as she was asking questions, and I mean, we were in the third session, so it must have been, at that time we were seeing each other every week, so it must have been the third week, inside the first month anyway. She's writing a report to my MD, because I don't know if it's the same for you, but in France they are talking to each other, and she was just making a short note, and she was reading it out loud. And then the patient demonstrates some personality obsessive disorder. I'm like, disorder? You sure? And she looks at me and she smiles. And she tells me, well, at that level of organization, yes, it's a disorder. We were both laughing, which at the time was a good thing. So yeah, no therapy on my side, but definitively been followed by a psychiatrist, which is more for the pharmacology than anything else. There is no meds, drugs for the obsessive behavior that I have, and there is no meds for the schizoid. The only meds I have are for the depression. Hence, therapy. I mean, obviously, for the two others, therapy will make wonders. And I never asked for it, and she never proposed it. I think she's intelligent enough to understand that it has to come from me. But that's what I can tell you about therapy. For me, I'm not saying I will never go. I'm saying I'll go when I'm ready, and I might never be ready. That's just the truth. It's not impinging anything for me. My problem was the depression. It wasn't the schizoid or the obsessive disorder. I have my obsessive disorder well tucked and neatly. Well, of course, I'm obsessive. It's neatly done and neatly tied to my needs as a schizoid, and it works perfectly. Again, I'm pretty sure that without that obsessive mind, I would have had a much tougher time when I was younger. Getting older, you have the experience on top of it, so it helps. But being younger, that form of repetition and rigidity definitively helped me to stay in the right wagon. Well, that's my thoughts about therapy. Let me know, you guys, if you are going through it, if you are going through it from your own volition, or if you have been forced to do it by family member. In any case, could be interesting to have the testimony of schizoid going through therapy to see if it helps, if on any of the different subjects that we might have to face. Sorry, that we might have to face. So it's the cat coming. And on that, that's it for now. See you next time.